Okay, the next chapter I'm going to read is chapter 15. This is back at, Paul is back at home. Mom and Dad gave each other the silent treatment at dinner that night. It was awful. We were eating pizza because nobody was in any mood to cook. That wasn't the awful part. I love pizza, especially with pepperoni and extra cheese. The awful part was that after arguing all afternoon, my mom and Dad were now pretending each other didn't even exist. "Paulie," my dad said, "would you please pass me the milk?" "It's sitting right in front of Mom," I told him. "Why don't you ask her?" "Because I don't want to," Dad answered, like he was a 5-year-old. "Besides, you can reach it." I reached over in front of Mom and grabbed a carton of milk and then plunked it down in front of Dad. "Thank you," he said, smiling a kind of sarcastic smile. My mom snorted. "Hey, John," my mom said, nodding toward one of the pizza boxes, "would you like that last slice of olive and spinach?" That was my dad's favorite kind, and Mom knew it. "No thanks," Jonna said. Dad glared at Mom, and she shrugged like she couldn't even see him. "All right then, I guess I'll have it." She reached over and slowly took the slice out of the box, holding it up in the air so my dad could get a good look at it before she put it down on her plate. "I'm not really hungry anymore," Mom said, "but I've always got room for one last piece of olive and spinach pizza." Dad rolled his eyes. "I hope you choke on it," he mumbled under his breath. "That's it," Jonna said, throwing her napkin down on the table. "This is totally stupid, and I've had enough." Jonna stood up, and she looked like she might throw something. "What are you going to do?" I asked. "I didn't want to have to do this," she said, looking at Mom and then Dad, "but I guess I don't have any choice. I'm calling a family meeting." "You can't call a family meeting," my dad said. "Only parents can do that." "Well, considering you two are acting like babies instead of parents," Jonna answered, "I think I can. What do you think, Paulie?" "I agree," I said. "Good. Family meeting in the living room in 5 minutes," Jonna said. And then she pointed at Mom and Dad. "And you two babies better be there." Mom and Dad sat on opposite sides of the living room, Dad on the couch and Mom in the big brown lounge chair, not looking at each other on purpose. I sat on the couch near Dad, and Jonna stood up by the mantel. She clapped her hands twice to get our attention. "All right, everyone," Jonna said, "let's get started. I think we all know the reason I decided to call this family meeting." She paused for Mom or Dad to say something, but they stayed quiet. "It's because of all the arguing," I finally said. "Exactly," Jonna agreed. She looked at Dad and then Mom. "So, which one of you two wants to explain yourself first?" "He started," my mom said, jerking her head in my dad's direction. "Maybe he should go first." "That's not helpful, Mom," Jonna said. "That's fine," Dad said. "I'll be the better person and go first. But for the record, I didn't start anything." "Oh," Mom said sarcastically, "so I suppose you didn't watch extreme fighting with Paulie." "Stop that right now, Mom," Jonna scolded her. "You wanted Dad to go first, so he's going first. You'll get a turn in a minute." Mom frowned and sunk down in her chair. "Thank you, Jonna," Dad said. "So what exactly am I supposed to say?" "You're supposed to explain to the whole family why you did what you did and how you feel about it now," I said. "That's what Mr. Lewis always tells us at school when we have a problem." "Fine," Dad began. "I let Paulie watch extreme fighting with me because, well, it's nice for me to have some father-son time with him, just the two of us, alone. And I think that sometimes kids feel like they don't have a way to express their anger, and watching a violent sport can be a good outlet. I remember feeling that way as a kid, and my dad and I would watch boxing together. So it didn't seem like such a bad thing." "And how do you feel about it now?" Jonna asked. "I guess I feel bad that I didn't tell your mother about it or discuss it with her first," Dad admitted. "I should have done that, I suppose." "Very good," I said. So, Mom, what do you think about what Dad said? Mom sighed. I guess he made some good points, she said, and I'm glad he understands that he should have talked to me about it first. Excellent, Jonna said. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, Mom, your turn. What you did and how you feel. I went to a Star Trek convention many years ago, Mom explained, and I told your dad a little white lie about it because I didn't want him to think I was a total nerd. And how do you feel about that? I asked her. I guess I feel bad that I never told him. I shouldn't have lied in the first place, and I should have told Dad the truth later on. Well done, Mom, Jonna said. So, Dad, what do you think about what Mom said? I appreciate that she understands she shouldn't lie to me, Dad said, nodding. He stood up. I'm glad we cleared the air between us. This was a very good idea, Jonna, after all. And now that everything's even, we can forget about it all and get back to normal. Hold on a minute, Mom interrupted. I never said everything's even. Huh? Dad said, looking at her. What did you say? Uh-oh, I mumbled. I said, we're not even, Mom repeated. I admit that I shouldn't have lied to you, but that was just a little thing between the two of us. What you did involved our son, and you have no right to make decisions about what's best for him or for John without talking about it with me first. We're both their parents. But you said you thought I had a good reason, Dad said. I said you made some good points, but I don't necessarily agree with them. And anyway, that doesn't change the fact that you shouldn't have made the decision without me. That still was worse than what I did. This is so like you, Dad said, glaring at Mom. You can't ever just leave things alone once we sort them out. You always have to win. You're such a, don't say it, Dad, Jonna warned. Such a lawyer. Mom stood up. You take that back, she shouted. I won't, Dad said. Just once, I'd like you to leave your lawyer personality at home, at work where it belongs, and not try to argue us all to death at home. And just once, Mom said, I'd like you to get a little bit of common sense into that flaky artistic brain of yours. Stop it, Jonna shouted. I've heard enough out of the two of you. Mom, she said, pointing at her, you go to your room right now. You need to think about what you said and cool off. But Mom started to say, no more back talk. Move it. Mom got up in a huff and marched up the stairs. And you, Jonna said, turning to Dad, you go to your studio. Can't I? Dad started to ask. No, you can't, Jonna said. Whatever it is, forget it. Go to your studio, now. Dad frowned at Jonna and then went off to the garage. It was quiet for a minute, and Jonna and I looked at each other. Great family meeting, I said. Oh, shut up, Jonna. If anybody has any questions, I'm glad to answer them.
How? Why?
Because it's there.